You're listening to the Noisy Neighbors podcast.
Just kidding. It's a Noise Neighbors podcast, everybody. It had to start like this. It had to. There's no way we could have gotten it all the way right. So it's me, Joey McCune. Mulv is not here today for the Noise Neighbors podcast. He's being a good dad. It is his son's first high school soccer game. So he's off. He's off doing that thing. So he's I think he's a sophomore or something, but he's basically the American Phil Foden. He's already nutmegged Riyad Mahrez in real life. So good luck, Bubba. Shout out you. Go get it. Can you hear me now? Did I fix this stupid thing? Let's see in the comments. Did I Mike, can you hear me this time? Okay, looks like we're solid. Dope. Anyway, this is what happens when you do this by yourself and you've never run this side of it. Normally, I'm just like the guy that stands here and talks, and Mark does all the fancy stuff. And I'm too stupid to figure that stuff out. So what this is our call-in show. I have posted a link in the description of the video, both on YouTube and on Facebook. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop an invite link into the chat. What you can do is you can call up. You don't have to be on camera if you want. If you just want to talk, that's fine too. And we're just going to talk about this thing, dude. Darby is in, I don't know, whatever the math is on that, a little over 12 hours. I'm already feeling pretty sick about it because that's pretty normal. If you do want to call in, please make sure that you have a headset. So you've got headphones and a mic. Otherwise, what will happen is we'll get some audio feedback stuff going on, and it screws everything up. It's worse than just having mute on yourself during an intro that you've planned all day, like a bum. What we're going to talk about. So we're coming off the Marseille win. Kind of a dead rubber. We didn't really have to play anybody. And now City are in a position where they're playing Manchester United, coming off getting knocked out of the Champions League. There's all this stuff going on with Paul Pogba. And I basically wanted to get this show going so I could talk to you guys and see how everyone feels about it. How are we feeling going into a derby for the first time in a while that actually feels like it matters? United are 1 point above us in the table currently. This is at the Swamp. They have only won one home game this year. So, yeah. How are we feeling? Who wants to come on here? Are we just going to do this? Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you. Or are we just going to do this in the chat? It's up to you guys. But the whole fun thing about a phone-in is if we, call. So here is the link in the chat. Boom. If you click that link, it will take you to kind of my waiting room. I will bring people on as we go through things. Again, make sure you've got headphones and a mic, and we should be all good to go. I don't know if you guys have been watching the some of the other city content creators today and over the last few days, but today it seemed like everybody was pumping out a lot of stuff because it's the Derby, right? Which makes total sense. It seems like there's just this kind of air of positivity that's running around. Like I don't remember people feeling this positive about a Derby in forever. It's really nice. Like it's nice because it's also it matters. It's not. We've had so many of these where we just show up and steamroll them, and then you kind of go on to the next thing, and you know whatever happened happened. Thanks, CE. Jordan and Lewis did do a phone in show. Steve, I'm with you, dude. So I was feeling about, I don't know, 70% positive for most of the day. But as this goes every single time, the closer and closer it gets to kickoff, the more and more I want to throw up and pass out. So right now, I'm I don't know. I'm still positive, but I also just don't want the match to happen. I would like to fast forward until sometime tomorrow evening after the match is taking place, where I don't have to watch it. That would be the best move, honestly. All right. So yeah, the link is in the description. The link's also in the chat. If you want to call in, click on that. It will bring you into my room here, and then I can bring you on screen with whatever you want to talk about. I do have some topics I wanted just to kick us off with. So one of the things I haven't heard too many people talk about is whether or not, shout out Alex Savage, what up? Whether or which team has more to gain out of this match. So you've got United going through everything they're going through right now with the managers and getting questioned. Paul Pogba has, I don't know, I guess he's pretty much said that he wants to leave. And it seems like every time United get backed into this corner, they tend to turn out a response for Ollie. Then you've got City, who are on the back of breezing through the Champions League group stage. They're starting to put wins back to back now. We're keeping clean sheets. You've got players coming back into form. I think a win here would get, let's see how far up this would move us. If United were to win, it could move them as far as fourth, and as far as third. If City win, it moves us up to fourth. So both teams have a chance of getting into the Champions League because of this. But I'm not sure if City have as much riding on this as United might. Let me know what you guys think about that, because that's kind of been knocking around in my head all day. Let's see what we got here. We got some folks talking in the chat. Yeah, Joe, this is kind of where I was going, dude. It does feel like this would happen. You know what I mean? It feels like we would get, they'd turn up and do a Tottenham on us, where City attack a whole bunch, can't get anything together, and then they smash and grab and steal the 3 points. Gus, should we believe reports of City being interested in Haaland, even though he's a Raiola player? I don't know if the Raiola thing really has much to do with it, just because of who our management team is, Gus. We should get Haaland. If we do, I think it changes dramatically how we play the game, just because he's a different type of guy than any other striker we've had in a long time. But I think those reports are really, really safe to believe. It's just going to become a matter of when do we pull the trigger on that? When do we want to try to get in there early and trigger his release clause before that thing gets bumped up? Or, how do we go about doing that business? It's going to be more difficult. Let's see. Let's get some chance from Stan. No, I'm not doing that, dude. I'm trying to figure out when you guys are going to call in is the thing. We have our first Andrew sighting. That's what's up. Michelle, agree completely. This does feel like a must win. It feels like a must win for both of us. I just wonder for like the mentality of each team, who's got more riding on it, because it just seems like one more loss, it seems like the wheels could finally be off. We said this a million times about United, I guess, but it just feels like one more loss, and this could be it for Ollie. Steve asked, do we finally sit back a little further and not play quite as high line to help defend the counter, or do we try a back three? So I have, obviously I'm a three at the back junkie. So I've come up with like 6 different lineups, I think, for this, basically just dependent upon who is fit and who isn't. So I think where we're at right now is Gundogan is like a maybe for tomorrow. I think he picked up a knock. It sounded like he got kicked in the ankle or something against Marseille. Garcia's out. Thank the Lord. We don't have to deal with that. But Gundogan's a maybe. I think Gundogan's fitness would actually, I don't know, maybe be the thing that turns the tide in terms of who starts this game in midfield, because him and Rodri have been on fire. And I think Pep is really in love with this idea of playing Gundogan deeper and letting him kind of spray the ball around and let the other midfielder do the defensive work. So I'm going to throw out a couple lineups to you guys. I don't have the fancy, super fancy graphics that Mulv does. Those are on his computer. So I'll throw some out that are dependent on whether or not Gundogan plays. So one of the first ones I've got is the one that I think every show and every fan has gone with so far. And it's Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Mendy, Rodri, and Gundogan, and then Mahrez, De Bruyne, Sterling, and Jesus. So I think that's kind of the vanilla lineup to go with, but I don't know. I just never know with Pep. I always feel like he's going to do something weird. Oh, we got a caller here. Let's see here. You're coming in. Has gone with so far. And it's
hello,
Ederson, Walker,
Webster.
Diaz,
Hey, Joey.
Rodri, and Gundogan.
Who we got here? Turn your camera there, bud, and turn your. Hey, y'all. Big D Dub.
All right, we're going to get into frame. Am I in frame? No, I'm not in frame. There we go.
There you go. From Canada. I just never know with Pep. I always feel like turn your go ahead and turn your video down a little bit.
I've got I'm getting you on a delay. I'm getting you twice. And I think I know why.
Hello.
You might have
hey, Joey.
Who we got here? Turn your camera there, bud, and turn your hey, y'all. Big D Dub.
It's I'm get into frame. Am I in frame? No, I'm not in frame. There we go.
You might have to go into your audio and hit echo cancellation.
Turn your
mic now. All right, so while Daryl sorts that out, because he is our resident rock and roll guy now.
It's a little funny, the technology here.
It is.
I'm getting it.
Hey, y'all.
I don't know why I'm getting it on a delay here.
You want to try to click it again and call back?
Yeah, let's try that.
Cool. That's what we'll do. All right, Daryl Webster, everybody.
Oh, wait. There we go.
Boom. Fixed it. Production on the fly.
This can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're all good.
You know what I think? I had 2 windows up for some reason.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got that bandwidth.
I'm not good with the technology. Yeah.
Wow. Really good bandwidth. So how are you feeling, dude? How do you feel about this whole thing? Are you
nervous like always.
Nervous
like always. Yeah, definitely. And apologies, I don't have city gear on. I just got home and knew that the show was happening and fired it up, but wanted to call in.
I'll let it slide this time. I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, right. Usually I'd be head to toe. Full kit.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
You've been around this for a while.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So what? You said you're feeling nervous.
Always. Mark Guy. There's a great Gibraltar Blue called Mark Guy, and he always calls it pre-match tension. He gets the PMT, the pre-match tension, and totally. It's just this is no different. And it
just ramps up, right?
Oh, it just feels awful, man. It feels awful. Yeah, I genuinely, I don't like it.
So it's before a match. I think everyone hates this, but we have had some decent memories in the past. What are some of your like favorite Derby memories? I think I know what one of them would be. I think everyone kind of has one.
I don't know. No, actually, the 6-1 is not a good story for me.
Okay.
It's when I just moved to Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I went out that night. So that would have been about a 4 or 5 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've admitted this. So
welcome.
I went out. I went out and I got back to my apartment maybe at 3 or something. I don't really know. But I was like, I'm going to set an alarm. And I set I had everything TV set up on the channel, ready to go. And I passed out and I must have done the alarm wrong. And I came to, and I was like, you know, when you're kind of in and out asleep, but the commentator keeps bringing you awake. Like anytime the voice gets exciting and then.
Right.
So I had that and I woke up and it was just Jekyll going like this. He's going like, and I'm like, I don't really understand what I'm like. And I looked and I just thought I saw him going. I was like, oh my God, it must be 2-1.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, it's 2-1. And then they're saying it's 6. And I'm like, I think I am still in a drunk dream somehow. And I mean, of course I immediately rewatched the thing and celebrated in this, but no, dude, I was in Los Angeles and it must have been 4 or 5 in the morning. I passed out, dude. It's a great memory, but it's one of my most embarrassing. It's my most embarrassing city moment.
That is
for
a
sure.
good one.
Oh, I've never actually. You know what? Maybe I've admitted that to a handful of people. But I still
admitted it to slightly more than a handful.
Yeah, I still don't like to talk about it, but so my best sober, or at least waking Derby memory.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a crazy one. I had pneumonia. So I had an apartment in an area of Toronto, a street called Brunswick Avenue. It's in an area called the Annex.
Okay.
And this is when I lived in the Annex. And I had pneumonia and I was just laid out on the couch. And, would have had roommates coming in, checking on me on and off, taking care of me. But it was like proper. It's the sickest I've ever been. And it was like 2 or 3 days of just feverish blur. And the fever broke. You know when that fever breaks and you wake up in that just drenched sweat, but you're like, oh my God, I've turned the corner.
I'm free.
And I came out of that and it was Benjani had just scored. Ooh. And it was us. Yeah, it was the Benjani Derby. And it was
that is a good one.
So for me, it was, when you're that sick and you're like, I'm never going to be better. So my fever broke right in the middle of the Derby and right with it. That's, I don't know why that's that's maybe one of my favorite ones though, for sure.
That is a good one. That's a hell of a one.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you?
6-1's nice.
Yeah. I'll take
6-1's. 6-1's always
hard to beat.
I tell you, one of my, I didn't want that view. There we go. One of my favorite ones is CE mentioned it in the chat, actually. The 1-0 Vincent Kompany header at Old Trafford.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so yeah.
This one pissed me off pretty good. I had work that afternoon, but I had a break like right before the match started. So I met up with a buddy at a pub. I was going to sit there, watch as much of it I could, and I was going to head off and go to work.
Is this Texas or
this is in Texas still.
Texas, so,
nothing's going on. It's 0-0. I think it's heading into the, 60th minute or something. And I was like, well, hell, I got to leave. So I leave and go to work. And I think right when I pull up to work, I get a text message that just said, holy shit, Vinny. So then I'm scrambling, going through my phone to try to find what the hell happened.
Wow.
And I find out that Vinny has climbed like a salmon and used that massive head of his to power one home and give City the lead. That was a good one. I like
Yeah,
that one a lot.
I think another thing I like about the Benjani too is it's before we had all the, fortune now to beat them all the time, and I wouldn't go back to not beating them all the time. Don't get me wrong. But it was just that, some seasons it was just the season came down to 2 matches a year, really.
Like one of these.
Yeah. Oh, Craig Jones has just posted that 1989, and I don't know if some people know Chris Neald, who's one of the Man City social media guys. Yep. Chris Neald, but he was at that with his dad, and he said he remembers his dad bouncing him up and down on his shoulders, and that's his favorite City match, the 5-1. I know that's Chris Neald's favorite.
I'm surprised that Craig remembers that one. I always assumed that around that time Craig would have been starting a bunch of fist fights. Oh, okay. So we've got a celebrity is up late that has jumped into the queue, Daryl.
Is it Richard Barter?
No. Equally as catchy nickname as Dickie Bitters. I'm gonna bring him on. Daryl, I appreciate the hell out of you. Hang around in the chat, dude. It's good seeing your face,
dude. I'm gonna tap out and just really enjoy listening. I think I've had my 15 minutes here and I've enjoyed it, and awesome. I'm gonna make way to maybe it's Miss Gravy, Victoria. Could be.
No, dude. This is more cross promotion, dude. This is basically the Georgie Kinclodzi of podcasting is about to jump in.
Oh well, I will take up no more of your time. Cheers for this, guys. I'm gonna enjoy listening, and good luck tomorrow, everybody.
All right, we'll see you, Daryl. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
All right, how he's still awake and still wants to do one of these, I have no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordy Porty from City Extra.
Yes.
What are you doing, dude?
To be fair, I just seen you live in it. I just thought I'll come give my boy Mulv a bit of inspiration. I've already zoomed in though, so I don't want to zoom any further.
I'll back you out.
Oh, there we go. I'm all good.
You just did what? 2 hours, 3 hours on your show?
Yeah. I'm not gonna stay on for long, by the way. Lewis, I just waited for Lewis in it. We're actually we're gonna play Call of Duty. So
important stuff. No, I like what you guys are doing. Just to take the edge off, you're stressed about the derby. Let's jump headfirst into a real life war zone and really see if we can enjoy ourselves.
Let's go shoot up some stuff and just not think about the derby. But I get what you're saying before though. Positivity seems to air around everyone.
Yeah,
and it's the weirdest thing I've actually seen for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't remember anything like this where so many people just think, we're gonna smash it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever felt this. Like 20 going on 20 years for me now. I've never gone into a derby where everyone's pretty like even keel, almost.
Yeah, well, for me, definitely. Like I've gone through every single derby pretty much hating the thought of the derby. Like I hate it. I don't like Derby Day at all. But then I don't know, doing our phone show, doing our speaking to people. Obviously Lewis was a massive part of it. I look that way as if he was there then. That's sad times. that's sad boy vibes, isn't it?
I like how it's just Pavlov's dog, like, friend, are you there?
Are you there? He's just instilled some positivity in me, and I was just since then I'm just I'm kind of ready for it. You know what I mean? Bring it now. Let's do it now.
Yeah, dude.
It's 20 past 12. Let's do it now.
I feel like the more that this thing goes on, towards the end of this, I mean, I'll be 3 or 4 beers in at that point, but I think I'm definitely going to be more positive than I was through most of the day.
Yeah.
Because even watching you guys and watching everybody else, I was like, all right, well, no, this is good. We got this. We can do this. We have the players. We have the technology. We can do this shit. But I don't know. It's the derby, so I always end up panicking and not wanting to watch it at all. But it's good seeing everybody else hyped up on it.
Hands down, the second it kicks off, I'll lose my shit. I'll be scared and I'll be like, I cannot contain myself with this. I'll be sweating bare. We're doing a live watch long, innit? And I can guarantee it'll be the worst one for me. It'll be the worst because for me, the whole thing about winning is meant, but losing outweighs the winning because it's so bad.
It's the whole day's ruined. The weekend's done.
Yeah.
Then you have to go see people. Like, well, not now. I guess not now. This might be the one time that if we were going to lose, at least I'm at home. I can just chill and like turn off my Twitter notifications for a few days.
Yeah.
I don't have to see anybody face to face.
That's it. If we're going to lose, now's the time. By the way, Lewis has just texted me.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for him in the Discord. He's just texted me and said, you put, I see you, bruh. So, so Lewis is actually in the chat. And I see,
man, your boy's in here too.
Yeah, I see our resident watcher has actually been watching you as well. Yeah, the C1. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly.
Can you answer this? Can you answer this question?
Because I'm not in it. I'm not.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to put the other one on there that he put because that's inappropriate. But
yeah, filth. It's filth.
It is bunch of junk. Not in this house, dude.
Nah, he loves it. He's a good guy, C1. He's actually a good guy. Although he does say some questionable stuff that isn't repeatable. Ah, yes, say extra in the chat. Yes, thank you, emotion.
Yes, yeah.
yes.
Cutie Pie Gang. You guys need stickers for your YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, dude.
Yeah, man. I'll let you go though and carry on your show and that. But I just thought I'd come, not hijack it. I don't want to hijack it in it, but
that's what we do. We go hijack.
That's your job. Yeah, I thought I'd just come say hi in it and just good luck for the rest of the stream, man. Innit? You smashing it. Yeah, man. Especially because like Mulv isn't there and that. You're actually smashing it. It's going smooth.
Thanks. Well, good. You didn't see the bebeginning, right? I forgot.
No, I did. I did see the beginning because I went back. Muted.
Asshole.
Don't worry about it. The amount of times that me and Lewis have started a stream muted is ridiculous. And then we'll be talking, and the chat will just spam mute, and I'm like, oh no.
At least we're not on camera talking.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Right. Anyway, I'll probably speak to you tomorrow at some point. Anyway. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your stream, man.
Be good, buddy. Get some rest.
Yeah, man. See you in a bit.
See ya. Damn. Jordan Rothwell from City Extra. If you guys don't follow them on everything, do yourself a favor because they are the best. We got, man, I don't know if I'm allowed to have this many Canadians on one show. Coming up, Nebs, what's up, dude? We got Big Nebs, Big NEB.
What's going on, my NJPW brethren?
Just hanging, dude. I had no idea how this was going to go.
I'm sure.
And then, Mulv had to go be a dad, which totally understandable. So then I just spent all day kind of in a panic, trying to figure out how to run all this and do it myself. Luckily, you guys rule, and you guys are all here helping me out, so I don't have to do it so much.
It's good to see you, man. We appreciate the distraction from the tension that Daryl Webster was speaking about earlier.
If there's one show that would be described as a distraction, it's definitely us, because there is no I don't know, like tangible information to come from the Noise Neighbors podcast. It's mostly pie talk, and then just vague references to TV shows and old songs. So
to be fair, I think the discussion amongst the group is probably better to process the feelings than have to deal with it all internally. So I appreciate a soundboard to get some of this shit off my chest, because Derby Day is a nightmare, like always.
So what do you just overall, how we feeling? Kind of gross?
Tense, man. Yeah, always gross. I'm trying not to be too cynical about it. I try and savor the moment when we pull a one up on the scum, because those days are few and far between when I was growing up. But it's hard not to look at tomorrow like a potential lose-lose. You lose the game, you lose the derby, which is never fun, never an option. You win the game, we lose Ole. So that's a tough one to swallow
this
too.
Is a rough one.
I don't know how we could deal with Pochettino in charge if that's the natural successor, should he be on the way out. So yeah, maybe a draw? Nah, never that. I want the dubs, buddy. Let's go.
So I got a good question from Gus. What's the thing you fear most about tomorrow's starting 11?
Oh, the fact that all the energy we need in the midfield started midweek or played midweek already. So Foden, Bernardo, Gundogan's carrying a knock. So I'm a little concerned about the middle of the park, to be honest. And the one trick that always seems to work against those guys is backing it up with energy. So
yeah, I think the thing that we'd be worried about, Gus, is a wrinkle. You know, like we had against Marseille, we had Walker, he who shall not be named, Laporte, Ake, and then Fernandinho, Gundogan, Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden, and Torres. I think the worry would be most every City fan can figure out what the safe choice is for the lineup. The worry would be Pep goes and does something wacky that maybe isn't necessary.
Give me a second, okay?
And it ends up shafting us.
Try to be a little too clever. We've seen that before.
Yeah, he's done it before, and you can see him doing it again. I spent a lot of the day just kind of jotting down ideas for lineups and like whether or not Gundogan would be involved. So one of the ones I came up with, if Gundogan was in, since Walker played against Marseille, I had, let me find it here. Oh Lord. It was Ederson, Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, Mendy. This is if Fernandinho's in. So Mendy, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Foden, and Jesus. So we drop Sterling and drop Mahrez, which feels super harsh, but
yeah, it feels unlikely to me. I think more likely for me is that we have both Sterling and Mahrez in there tomorrow. The big questions for me, really, left back and up top. Do you be so bold to start Aguero after a half hour on midweek, or do you throw Gabby out there? Has he earned it? I think he has probably at this point to get a derby start.
Pep did say that Aguero wouldn't start. Pep also said he was going to play a lot of kids against Marseille, so who knows?
Yeah, and we saw absolutely 0 kids, aside from Phil, if you still class him as one.
I'm not sure what this is in reference to, Craig, but all right, noted.
I like his style nonetheless. Shout out Mr. Jones.
So let me see. Let me get one more question for you because we're starting to back up a little bit here.
No worries.
So you talked about Ollie maybe being on the way out. So which United do you think we're going to see? Are we going to see United that is motivated and has a point to prove and wants to fight for their manager, or are we going to see United that is kind of starting to pick up this I don't know. There's a feeling starting to grow around there that things aren't right. You got the Pogba situation, which is going to piss off some people. They get knocked out. They had to win. I think they had to get a draw out of 2 of the last Champions League games. They lost both of them. This season, they've only won 1 game at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Are we going to see a team that's willing to turn it around and fight, or are we going to see a team that is kind of battered mentally, emotionally, and physically?
I think at this point, based on the run of form, all they've been through this season, and just the exhaustion that they must be going through with the Ole episodes on and off all the time, I suspect probably more the latter than the former, and that they'll probably come out and I don't know. The Derby wild card kind of writes all that off. I mean, when you're playing the bitter rival from across town, you could be in the worst pocket of form imaginable. You could, have emotional turmoil at home and still come out and play your best game on Derby Day. And realistically, we could see both of those Uniteds. We did a couple of years ago when we had the title in our hands. Yeah. First half couldn't look better. In the second half, they couldn't have looked better. So I put nothing out of the realm of possibility when it comes to Derby Day. So I just clench up and take whatever comes. I'm hoping it's the latter, not the former, and that they come out and have an absolutely awful game tomorrow, and that regardless of who they put in as their new manager, if they should decide to move on, that they continue to suck for all time.
Right. Hopefully it's a rebuild for a while. So I'm gonna let you go here in a little bit, Nebs. I need one more thing from you. Give me a score prediction.
2-1 City.
2-1 City. Oh, I like that.
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man. Nebs, thank you so much for coming on, dude. I appreciate you. It's good seeing your face. It's been a while.
Thank you for doing God's work, sir. Shout out to Malv and the fam. All the best.
I'll see you later, brother. Okay. Man, you guys are coming through. I like this. We got another guest here. Let's see. Put him on here. Spencer from New York.
Hey.
How are you, dude?
It's good. I'm good. I'm feeling positive. And
yeah, I mean, you got the jumper on. You got to be. Look at that, man. Oh man,
I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
He wears the club shop. Looky there.
Not bad for a Jew on Hanukkah, right? But
oh yeah, shalom and whatever you're supposed to say. I saw a guy driving around the other day that had a giant light up menorah on the top of his minivan. And it was the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
I guess that's for UC Ben Ayoun.
No. Damn, throwback. Okay.
Tal Ben Aim. I think he played for City. Yeah.
Yeah. Confirmed.
So, by the way, it's so great seeing so many friendly faces, especially the Toronto crew.
Yeah.
Nebs and Daryl. Oh, man. I hope that all those guys come down to Amity. I hope everyone comes to Amity sooner or later when all this craziness lets up.
I think New York's only like a 6-hour drive from me now. So, you know, Cleveland's a hell of a lot closer than Dallas. Let me tell you.
Well, I got the Cleveland part ready for you, pal.
Hell yes. So, Spence, how are you? I'm asking everybody this. How are you feeling going into it? Are you positive like some other people are? Like Jordan was saying, a lot of the other City fans are feeling today.
It's interesting because the Rags kind of had our number last year, and I think you said it earlier in the week on the actual podcast that that the more optimistic we get, the more we start to gloat. That's when we start to underachieve, especially against United. But I still feel really positive. I'm feeling really optimistic about it. All that said, I'm predicting a 3-1 City win.
Ooh, I like that.
And the reason why is because we've kind of got that monkey off our backs in terms of offensive output.
Yep.
You know, we're starting to score more often. And if we have Dino starting in the midfield, you know, him coming back, it's been night and day with him back.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. So do you have in your kind of fantasy starting 11 here, do you have Fernandinho in the midfield? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So talk me through that. Who are we doing double pivot?
I think so. I would have Dino and Gundogan actually.
Okay.
Because that way Dino could be the guy moving the ball up the pitch while keeping the defense. Gundo can help the back a bit more, and then have Kevin with them in the middle, just
as a 10,
being the captain. Yeah, as the 10.
Okay. Left back. It's a big argument. Kind of going everywhere. Zinchenko doesn't seem to be the one that's going to get it. It's down to Mendy and Cancelo. Who would you rather see against United? And remember, down that side, there's a good chance that you might see Rashford or Fernandez. For United. Or we could luck out and maybe it's Juan Mata.
Hopefully. I would put Mendy in there. He's been having a pretty decent run, and let's see what he could do. Yeah. I mean, why not? Cancelo is an incredible player, but he's not a left back. He's a right back.
Yep.
I would keep Walker on the right because he just has the pace for United. And then have Diaz, and I would put Stones in there. He's been really impressing me.
There we go.
Stonesy's been impressing me, and you gotta love his passion and dedication to the club. He could have left. But he said, no, I'm going to fight for this spot. And even with Ake and Diaz in there, this is the Stones I wish we had seen last. I think all of us wish we could have seen last year.
Of course.
And this was the Stones that we all knew he's capable of being.
Right. Yeah. He's looking like the guy that when we bought him, everyone was like, holy shit, if there was ever like a Pep Guardiola center back, this is him. He's 6'4", he's good on the ball. You know, got a little swagger to him.
And you kind of need that.
It just disappeared forever. And I find it interesting.
That's easy to do. That's easy to do in a squad that's got such depth.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I really like the way that that Pep is changing the lineup, changing the starting 11. It's not so much based on fitness as it is based on form.
Right.
Which
that's what he's telling us. Well,
yeah,
I think tomorrow will be the ultimate kind of test for that.
Well, I think it's kind of I would like to see Taylor Harwood-Bellis on the bench instead of Eric Garcia.
From your lips to God's ears. Yeah, of course.
You and I are on the same exact page here. You know, Garcia wants out, so send him back to the under 23s or the under 21s or even the under 2014s. Bye. Yeah. And have someone who's still homegrown, a homegrown defenseman who wants to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree with you completely.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
And the I don't know if you saw the 2-part CFG articles in the Athletic.
I haven't read
week.
them. I saw and I heard Sam Lee talking about them on Why Always Us.
Yeah.
I haven't read the articles yet, though. I'm not sure how those are going to swing.
Well, by the way, they're great reads. Sam always does an incredible job, you know, on the podcast and in the Athletic. Right. But what was interesting to see was how the youth players they transfer out to different clubs within the CFG umbrella. So, you know, us here in New York City, we were lucky to see Jack Harrison and Angelino.
Yep.
I'd love to see someone like Taylor Harwood-Bellis play.
Oh, here,
in my backyard. Why the heck not?
That is one of those signings. It's one of those kind of inside of CFG moves that seems like a no-brainer. If you know that, so he's locked in for
4 years,
4 more years. So if you know he's locked in for 4 years, and you know that he's probably not going to have a clear path to getting regular minutes with the first team, right? There's just too much in the way. Why wouldn't you send him to New York City or send him to Girona? Or, I mean, that's probably the two best options. You're not going to send him to Australia. Sorry if anybody from Sydney's listening, but it's not.
Sorry,
happening.
Pat.
Yeah,
sorry, Patrick.
It's not happening. Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer. As you send the guy somewhere else within your own kind of ownership group that he can still play more or less.
Belgium.
Oh, you know, forgot about that.
Yeah, Belgium. You know, I think they're a second tier side there, but you know, Belgium's a tricky league. You know, you see the cream rise. You know, you see the best rise and go to other leagues. It's kind of like a feeder league. You know,
I think John Ashley's looking for a Harwood-Bellis Tosin combo here, and it's hard for me to say I'm against it because God. I still wish we wouldn't have got rid of Tosin. I feel terrible that everything went the way it did at City, but I'm glad that he's getting a ton of minutes in the Premier League. And I'll tell you what, he is, whether or not Fulham stay up, I don't think
hope they do.
He's long
I hope
for.
They do, by the way.
I don't think he's long for that level. I think he's probably the best player in all of their defense. And he'll probably, I think he's probably a guy that should be playing, I don't know, mid-table to upper mid-table Premier League. You know, your West Hams, your Leicester, you know, that kind of team there where they're pushing for Europe. Wolves even.
He would be great on Wolves.
I think so. Yeah. I think he's got enough range and he's got enough passing ability that he could really do a lot of damage there.
Or even Leeds. Yeah.
Leeds is, after watching that Leeds match today, Tosin might want to stick to Fulham for a little bit because actually he probably could make a ton of money at Leeds because they're so bad at defending set pieces. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you what, Spencer, we are going to, I've got some more things I'm going to tick through on my to-do list here. So I'm going to go back to being solo here for just a little bit. Again, if you want to join in, I have dropped the link back in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. Spencer, thank you so much for coming on. What's the name of your supporters group there in New York?
We're the New York Sky Blues. You can follow us at New York Sky Blues on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and pretty much anything that isn't TikTok.
There you go. If you are if you're watching this and you're not a part of a supporters group in the US and Canada, hell, anywhere around the world, make sure you go to supportersclubs.mancity.com to find the one nearest you. They are everywhere. When I was making my Twitter storm earlier, I was just scrolling through the map on the website, and then I realized that I was very quickly running out of characters on Twitter, and I had to like subtweet myself. It was a whole thing. In a normal year, and Spencer can attest to this, and Nebs could have, and Daryl could have, and anyone that's over here, if you are in a supporters club and you can go watch the match with other Blues, it just feels different. It's much better than just sitting at home and screaming at the TV. I've been to New York with these guys for when City was here one summer against Liverpool. What a mess. Absolute shit show. 10 out of 10.
And Tosin made a big screw up in that game too.
Sure did. Yeah. And the best part about that game was Stevie fell, and we all got to give him the old song. So that was nice. But
really hard, one of his last matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a
Spencer,
pleasure, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, dude. It's good seeing your face, and we'll work something out here in the future, okay? Stick tight to your phone. All right, cool. Thank you. Spencer from New York. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Let me just do some stuff here. Sick. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of lineups getting thrown into the chat. A lot of them, whole lot of them. I'm catching up here. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to throw some at you, and I know some of these are going to get crushed because I was literally just sitting around messing with it because I wasn't sure what else to do for the day. So the one that seems to come up most often is, let me see. I know somebody posted it. So the one that comes up most often is Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Mendy, Gundogan and Rodri, and then Kevin, Sterling, Jesus, and Mahrez. There are I see some kind of twists of that when I go back up in the chat. So we've got Steve, who has gone with Cancelo at left back, Dino in there instead of Gundogan, and then he has dropped Mahrez for Torres. Who else we got here? Nebs, who was on earlier. Walker, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, Mahrez, Rodri, Gundogan, Kevin, Sterling, and Jesus. Let's see. Big Dicky Bitters. Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Mendy, Dino, Gundo, Kev, Phil, Raz, and Farron. Also some other advice, which I think is pretty sick. Stanley, I just assumed that this was the middle square for any time that we do a lineup prediction on this show, because Lord knows I cannot help myself with doing three at the back. I don't know what to tell you. It just is how I is. So one of the lineups I came up with involves Gundogan at least not starting. He's fit, it seems like, but one of the lineups I came up with, it is just a pipe dream for me. It's not going to happen. But I want to see what you guys think about it. If the Derby isn't the game to do it, but let me know if you think this could work in some other game. It's Ederson, a back three, obviously, of Stones, Diaz, and Laporte. And then you've got four across midfield: Walker, Fernandinho, Rodri, and Mendy. And then a front three of De Bruyne, Aguero, and Sterling. Obviously not going to happen in the Derby, but I don't know. I feel like that could work maybe. You know what I mean? Ederson at the 6 is a bold choice. We've also got Ederson at left back. Well, if you go off of Mulv's prediction from the other day, you're pretty much in line because he only had 10 people. So that would work out pretty good. Oh, we got a caller here. Who we got? Ricky.
What's good, bro? Can you
Welcome. Yeah, I can. How are you?
Oh man, I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. I'm chilling. Where are you calling from?
Damn, I didn't know I was gonna get added so quickly.
Hey,
I'm actually in the middle of an exam right now for university.
Do you want to leave?
No. It's like it's a 1-day exam, man. I'm so ready for this game, man.
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
Got my boy.
Ooh, is that Dave? Yeah,
Course,
you can tell by the mole.
Of course, yeah. I got
so real.
Where's my other guy here? Oh, where is he? I'm calling from Canada.
Another Canadian. We're huge in Canada, apparently.
Oh man, I have an Aguero too, but I have no idea where he is. Oh,
man, wow. Okay. This has really gone downhill.
Yeah. Oh man, yo, I saw your guys' collaboration with City Extra the other day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me just tell you, man. Yeah, I've been watching both of you guys for quite a bit.
Yeah,
actually,
we decided to do this video thing because I don't know, it just seemed like no one's driving anymore and people aren't listening to podcasts so much in their house. So we're like, just buy a bunch of stuff. We'll start going on YouTube, I guess. Yeah. And now here we are. We're doing this for some reason.
No, I guarantee you guys are going to do really well just because.
Thank you.
City Extra already blew up.
Well, yeah, those guys are
basically. Yeah,
those guys are the kind of the benchmark.
Yeah,
for just like dudes doing this.
No, but you guys have the American humor going on too. So
hell yeah,
it's nice. It's nice, man. It's nice.
So
I thought the show between both you guys was going to be really, really awkward because it's like American humor and then like British, whatever they like to say.
Yeah,
but it actually turned out to be pretty well. So just props to you guys on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It helps that those guys are cool. I have talked to people that are not in this, and people that are just less conversational.
Yeah,
there is a little bit of a divide there, but I mean, those guys talk as much as we do, if not more, every week. So if they can't figure out how to get on with somebody, maybe this isn't the deal for them, you know?
Yeah.
Ricky, how are you feeling about this weekend? How are you feeling about tomorrow?
Oh man, you know what? I'm actually super confident.
Yeah.
Super confident. I was bricking it as soon as I saw the Spurs game because I was like,
obviously,
bro, that's like Spurs and United. They have like their own plan. They already know how to beat us. Right. And it's just chuck up the ball and just get stuck with just stones falling over or something. Yeah. You know, or like Otamendi like making a little like Ricky. Or like Otamendi making like a tackle in the halfway line that leaves the whole field just open.
Yeah, you know? It just goes full Nico, full Sam. Yeah. Just leave your job.
Ruben Diaz has got everything we need. Everything we need.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. He also has a sex appeal too, man.
True.
Look at that.
True. He's basically he's like a good Javi Garcia.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Just we have three of the most handsome center backs in all of world football.
What are you gonna do?
And they also turn out to be pretty good. So
no can defense.
That's great.
Can't stop that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any worries? You brought up the Tottenham game. Do you have any worries that with the way United plays, where they do tend to do so when United has to play on the front foot, they don't have a fucking clue what's happening. No one can pass the ball anywhere. But when they can just hoof it up to Rashford or
Martial or James
or anybody, they tend to score quite a few goals. Do you have any worries that City are going to get done by this same kind of lazy tactical approach again, where we'll push everybody up? You know, Martial will just like hang high and wide, and then a ball gets sent up to him, and we're out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pep might go 3 at the back just because Remember, I think the second time we got beat last season, there were like 30 minutes of just absolutely like terrible. I think Rashford hit the post.
Mm-hmm.
It was just terrible. I think there was no midfield there, so I think either we're going to go with a double pivot or 3 at the back.
Okay.
3 at the back would be really good because Stones is in form, right?
He seems undroppable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. He does. I think you have to play Stones. As much as I love Laporte, I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really feel like he's a big game player. I think he's like one of the best center backs in the league, but we got the mistake against Lyon, right, where he gave the ball away. Right. We got the mistake against Spurs, 2 mistakes like back in 2018-19, right?
Yep.
And then we got the Spurs one, which wasn't really much of a mistake, but you shouldn't be doing that, man.
Right.
Especially at this level. So I feel really confident, but I think we're going to see 3 at the back.
So talk me through this thing from back to front. So Ederson's in goal, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is not a Scott Carson game.
Unfortunately, no, man. No.
Okay,
maybe we'll save him for Liverpool at home. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably the right game to do it in.
Yeah.
So your back 3 is Stones, Diaz, and are we throwing Laporte in there, or do you want like an Ake situation, or what do you want to do?
As much as I rate Ake, I think he's just like.
If you say Garcia, I'm going to ban you.
Yo, I actually love Garcia because, man, I think he gets so much hate from everyone. Because I see Garcia and I see myself because Garcia is Spanish, right? And I'm Latino. I see Roger, I see Garcia as like my brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets called the snake all the time. But you know what? just ship him off to Barcelona. We'll be fine.
Boom.
We'll be fine.
So you've got Ederson, Stones, Diaz, and Laporte. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So in midfield, we'll count the wing backs as part of midfield. Are we doing 5 or 4 across there? How are we doing this?
I'd probably go Walker because Walker's just probably one of the best right backs in the world right now.
Yep.
I also think Cancelo. It's tough for Cancelo, man, because Walker's so good, and he stepped up so well. But
I don't think the club thought this was going to go this way.
Yeah. The club definitely thought Kyle Walker was definitely
fade off here, and then Cancelo will step in, and we'll be good to go, and we'll get I don't know, we'll bring Pedro Porro back or something. And we'll be fine. And now they're like, shit. Here's the deal.
Oh man,
we have to get rid of Angelino. Because we gotta get Cancelo on the pitch somehow. We're paying him too much money.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Angelino. We're gonna keep Mendy. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if these guys took like a logic class or anything, but I don't know, man. They were on one.
So right now we've got Walker on the right and Cancelo on the left, correct?
I'd probably go Cancelo on the left just because Mendy. Okay. Even though Mendy's been playing really well, let's not forget what happened with Wolves. Let's not forget what happened 55,000 times. Even though as a wing back, he's probably really good, but Cancelo is just one of the, I don't know.
Right.
Cancelo can literally play striker at this point. This guy's insane.
Right. Mm-hmm. So in the middle of the park, do you want 3 guys in there or do you want just 2?
I'd probably just throw in Rodri and KDB just because.
Okay, so you get kind of a flat 4 there.
We already have, so
like this.
Exactly, yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then we're doing 3 up front.
Yeah.
Who's leading the line?
As much as I know you hate Mahrez, but as much as you hate Mahrez, I think he's been probably one of our, if not our best players so far.
Hey, he's on form.
He's been
whether or not I like him, he's on form and he's got to play.
Yeah,
so
I think so too. Even though I think he's very selfish, but lately he's been
a little better recently.
Yeah, he's been a lot better. Aguero, hey man, Aguero's my favorite player of all time, and if he breaks his leg trying to get back into fitness in this game,
right,
I might quit football just once and for all. So Jesus is definitely starting. Yeah, Jesus is definitely starting, and then. Man, as much as I love Foden, as much as I love Varane, Sterling is that guy.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if he's on form or not. Maybe I might put Varane there and then put Sterling as like a power sub.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe just because remember what happened in Real Madrid where we
Have them
put
come
Sterling
when
on.
they're tired.
Yeah,
I get that.
I think Sterling on when everyone's tired is really good.
All right, so we got
but...
take that the chat. We have somebody else that is about 3 at the back. I'm not just like a one-man crusade of like trying to bring back the sweeper and the libero. I'll tell you what, Ricky, a weird thing I'm starting to notice, which I wouldn't have thought I would have seen before Wednesday, is the lack of Foden love. Almost every lineup now is no Foden. Now, Wednesday, he wasn't great, but I think for a while we've been crying out for, City needs somebody in there that bleeds the shirt, that feels what the crest means, that knows about the club and all the other things. And then now we have a chance where we've got one of England's best players who he's not lighting the world on fire, but everyone knows he's got a good match in him, going up against United, who have been crap at home this year, and nobody's picking him. How do you feel about this?
I just think, man, yeah, unfortunately for him, and it's also unfortunate for Bernardo too. Like we have Kevin De Bruyne, right?
True.
And usually the way we play, we get destroyed if we're not going double pivot.
Right.
That's just the thing, man. Like, I also agree. Did you watch? He just City just posted a video where it's like Foden reacts to like the whole decade.
I have not seen
the last decade or something. Yeah, and they do like videos with like Ruben Diaz and Aguero, and it's like, okay, these guys speak another language, so it's like whatever, right?
Yeah.
They do a video with Sterling, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like he's really charismatic. And then they do a video with Foden, and it's like, wow, this guy is literally all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was
like me if I wasn't 32 and fat. He's
yeah.
Whole
exactly. Exactly. No, he's me if I had that F-boy haircut. So that's exactly what it is. Yeah. And he's my age, and seeing him is just like, wow, like I feel like he's literally all of us, right?
Yeah.
And
he's living the dream. He's Jamie Grimble, dude.
Yeah. He already got like he got one against Liverpool. He got one against Spurs last time. And these has been 2 like really clutch games that like really show what City's about.
Yeah.
And I think, he's probably the most promising player in all of England.
Yep.
But yeah, unfortunately for him, we're in a situation where we need a double pivot.
Mm-hmm.
The three of the back is kind of working as double pivot because Stones is really good at bringing the ball up.
Yep.
Right. If not, I definitely would have gone with Gundogan just because I don't trust us to get destroyed and then have to play against 11 guys in the box.
Yeah.
For the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he is probably one of the most loved players on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But people are just thankfully for him, he's 20, right? So he has all this time. And you know what? I'm pretty sure 90% of the fan base, if they saw him playing tomorrow, they'd be like, okay, great. We're fine.
There'd be an initial like, oh, I don't know about this, but then your heart takes over and you're just like, let's go.
Yeah. And even if I think we're in a situation where if we saw Laporte playing tomorrow instead of Stones, 2 at the back, we'd be like, okay, cool. That's fine because these are really good players.
Yeah.
Along with Foden, right? If Foden plays out on the left, right, instead of Sterling, that's fine because he's already proven himself. We already know that he can do it. But
there you go.
Yeah, I just think we have to go with this. We have to get the best out of KDB in these games.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So Ricky, I'm going to ask you one more thing. I'm going to let you go. I need a score prediction, dude. And then you need to go take your damn test.
Yeah, I really do, man. Oh, I got all this stuff, man. I'm in computer science, and these exams are absolutely terrible. Yeah. No, and you know what? After this test, I'm not even going to be able to watch the game tomorrow, like live. I'll have to watch it at 3.
Oh no! You better turn your phone off.
And oh no, I'm chucking my phone. Yeah, I'm only incognito mode. Everything. Yeah.
We call it. I'm actually watching the game.
I'm watching the game with one of my friends, and he's a United fan. So that's gonna be.
You should hit him.
That's That's gonna be a fun time. No, I don't. I don't know. We're gonna be watching it right here, and I don't know. My parents might be watching a madness, but we'll see.
All right. I understand.
Yeah. Predictions for tomorrow. I think it all matters with the way we play. If we go 3 at the back, I think we're keeping a clean sheet if we go 3 at the back.
And how many are we scoring?
I think once we score 1, it's going to be like that game where we beat them 4-1 with Bernardo scoring the screamer. Remember that in the Carabao Cup? I think if we score 1 early, it's pretty much that's our game.
Okay, so we're saying, you're saying like 3 or 4-0.
Yeah. I think if we score early, and I think we will, just because how terrible Aaron Wan-Bissaka was against what's it called, against Leipzig. I think whoever is out there, Mendy or Cancelo, he's going to do the job on them.
There you go.
And on the other side, they have Luke Shaw, and I think we'll be fine. But if they score 1, then I can see them winning, honestly. If they score 1 early, because I don't think we're making it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Yeah,
I'm with you. All right, dude.
But I'll be positive. I'll go 3-1.
Hell yeah, 3-1. Yeah, I think that's 2 or 3 3-1s today. So that's good. That's a good vibe. I'll tell you what, Ricky, we got more people coming up. I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you for calling in. Go take your damn test.
For sure.
And
oh man,
we'll catch you around. All right.
Okay, I'll see you guys.
Thanks, brother. See ya. Damn. Look at you guys staying up and doing this. We have Noisy Pod royalty. I can see that she is prepared. I'm pretty sure a new bottle of wine entered the room a second ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Gravy Girl, it's Vic. What's up, Vic? How the hell are you?
How are you, my love?
I'm good now. I've missed you.
Missed you too.
I haven't seen you. This is like the weirdest part about this whole deal is that I keep seeing names pop up down here, and then they come on. And I'm like, oh, remember when we used to just like hang out places? That was nice. And now we have to do this. So this is now you're an American now. Are you still as worried as always going into the derby?
Do you know what? The last few derby matches, I haven't had that like butterfly feeling in advance. Usually it turns up the morning of the match and I'm a little bit like, ooh, and a lot of that's more like my best friend in England is a rag. And I can't cope with her having any bragging rights. So that's when it starts to kick in, is when you wake up and it's like, oh, we need to do this. I feel more confident about tomorrow, mostly because Mark Mulv isn't going to be at the match.
True. I honestly, I think him not being involved in this even is like, it's
no, don't be that. Are we going to see Mulv's happy little face on this evening?
I don't know. I don't know what time his son's game is done.
Okay.
And I don't have a plan for this. Like, I'm just going.
Well, I have to say it's been great and you're doing a fantastic job. I'm very impressed.
What can I say?
I'm very impressed with the very sharp haircut you've got yourself as well. You can see that's not happening over here.
Yeah, shout out Rich Hazard down at Sal's Barbershop. Go follow him on Instagram. So how are you going to do this tomorrow? Are you going to like Zoom call your parents to watch this thing? Or are you going to watch it on your own and like try not to throw anything through the TV or?
Yeah, for tomorrow, I'm going to connect with my dad to watch it over a FaceTime. We did earlier on like some Zoom calls for the supporters group, but honestly, I think everybody's just pretty fatigued by being on Zoom calls and Skype meetings and Microsoft Teams and webinars and everything like in their normal kind of work week. That it's then, to try and replicate what it's like to be down the pub watching a match is difficult. So we haven't done very many of those over the last few months. And I'll be honest, for me, like I'm pretty much out of the loop of updates on City. I haven't been keeping up to speed with things. I'm watching the matches, but it's something that's had to take a little bit of a back seat over the last few months, while just keeping on top of staying in touch with family, friends.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep sane.
Yeah, this has gotten weirder. Like doing this whole thing has gotten weirder.
Yeah, and definitely we were able to do a few matches at our HQ pub.
Yeah.
But Chicago's back in tier 3. They're doing a fantastic job. They've spent a lot of money on their patios to cover them and put heaters on to cope with what's going to be coming up with the Chicago winter. But still, Chicago's in tier 3 now, and people don't want to just hang out with other people that they're not seeing on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So that's been the hardest thing for me, is not having that constant of a weekend of meeting up with everybody and catching up and seeing how people are. It's been rough.
I keep forgetting that everybody else has jobs where they're like on Zoom calls and stuff. Because that's not
all goddamn day.
I'm like out underneath houses and on roofs and stuff all day long. So then I come home and my wife, she'll be in there like teaching class on her computer, and I'm just like, you guys just sit here all day, huh?
Yeah.
It's really strange.
All day, and in your home as well. You're not even leaving your house to go to another venue to do this. It's all day long, just Zoom calls.
Pass. That's a pass for me. I'm glad. It's one of the few things that I like about being a kind of a grunt worker through all this, is my flow doesn't mess up too much. Just now I have to put a mask on, which there's some parts of certain houses I'm probably just going to keep doing that anyways, because just I don't know what the hell I'm breathing in and some of these crawl spaces and stuff. So that might just hang over once this all goes away. Okay.
Can I just talk about when Daryl was on earlier, because he failed to mention what should have been one of his favorite Derby memories, because it's one of mine, is when Daryl came to Chicago and my friend Nikki, who's the rag, was also here. And we went out the night before and, as per usual, completely over-egged the pudding. So the morning of the Derby, we were all very, very, very broken. Daryl more so, because he's a lightweight. But yeah, got to the pub. I had to do several tacticals of throwing up just to try and get through the morning. It was very, very rough. But the night before, one of the highlights of the night before was Daryl hanging out of the passenger window of a cab, screaming, "It should have been 10," at just random people on the street.
Oh man, that's such a shithouse move.
Yeah, missing. That's one thing for sure. When all of this nonsense is over, we've got to do one almighty party somewhere and get together.
Dude.
Toronto is certainly on my list to get up there and see everybody. I miss
Toronto. Is which way am I facing here? Toronto is right there. Like if I just go across that big body of water, I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, similar for me.
I've already mapped it out. I can get there in 2.5 hours, I think. Or no, 4 hours. Ooh. So I hope they're ready up there. They will get invaded.
They'll be ready. Those guys were born ready.
Is this I guess this is just what happens up there. Also, don't want to scream that. Imagine screaming that. I would never scream that. What an embarrassing thing to yell. I would never. Oh shit. All right, Vic. I have yeah, it's been great. I have somebody else down here that's going to come up next that saw me at my peak and at my lowest in Atlanta, I think. Before we go, since you are you're kind of the queen of Noisy Pod, and you are also the queen of much of the supporter culture in this country. What does it mean to you as an expat to be able to go to pubs in the States and meet up with people like me or other expats and be able to watch City like in a normal year?
it's immense. And so I've been in Chicago over 12 years now, and completed my US citizenship just at the start of this year before everything went into lockdown. But when I first moved here, and I moved here on my own, didn't move here with family members or anything, moved here completely on my Todd, didn't know anybody here. When I first got here, I thought I'd made a terrible mistake. Sort of being in my 30s and having to recreate a social circle. And one of the saving graces was City and finding other like-minded people that wanted to scream at a television in a pub on a weekend at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it was massive, and City in itself became so, it's difficult to say like so much more important, because it's always been such an important factor of my life growing up and going to matches at Main Road with my dad, but it became just so much more solidified because it was my connection to back home.
Right.
And it was I realized that it was a significant part of my identity that was then more important being an immigrant in a different country. So it's been huge, and the growth of the supporters club space over here has been just a beautiful thing to see. And if there's anybody out there that doesn't have a supporters club locally to them, like, think about setting one up, because it really is the best way to hang out with people and talk shit about Manchester United and Liverpool on a regular basis.
Absolutely. If you don't know if there's a supporters club near you, go to supportersclubs.mancity.com. They have a map. Just scroll through the map and see if there's one where you live. If not, contact the club and they can get you set up. Or if you need help with that, contact us. You can contact Vic. You can contact I don't know, there's a ton of people that can help you out. But if you need somebody to kind of steer you the right way, just hit us up on Twitter and we will put you in touch with whoever we need to, because we're trying to, I don't know. I like to think that we kind of go to bat for these supporters clubs in the US where other shows or even the club maybe don't get as involved as we'd like. So
and you guys have been fantastic at getting the word out there and getting more people involved. I mean, I'll never forget being in Houston and seeing a guy run across the bar in like fandom at seeing Mulv. And I was stood next to Mulv and was like, what's happening?
Did Mulv have his top off?
Not at that point, no.
That's
it was
still
pretty early in the evening.
I've seen those before.
But yeah, definitely. If anybody's got any questions about how to go about setting up a sports club or what's involved, I think one of the things that's important is to know what is involved before you sort of get set up. There is some work involved, but it's worth it once you get things established. Just shoot Noisy Pod a tweet or get in touch with me on Twitter. I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Vic, I'll let you go. Enjoy your evening. What are we drinking tonight?
I've got a 2016 Claret that I just opened. So
very nice.
Probably will be polished off quite soon.
Hell yeah.
Quite the week.
That's what's up. That means there's a good chance there's some drunk texting happening tonight. I'm here for it. So I'll talk to you later, probably. I appreciate you.
It's been a pleasure. Love you.
Love you. Bye. Miss you so much. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Man, the famous Gravy Girl. Do you guys believe that? That's a big deal. We had to pay her $400 to do that. She's going to tell you no, we didn't, but she does drive a hard bargain. It's a bit of a beating at times. All right. We've got someone coming up next that, like I said, has seen me in an absolute dumpster fire. Jacob Lackey, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
Well, so I'm glad I get to follow up on Mo being shirtless because that is, you say you're remembering you in Atlanta. That is the only thing burned into my memory right now is shirtless Mo running. I don't know which goal it was. And I want to say it was a Sergio Aguero penalty. I can't remember. I don't remember much about that morning other than this. But just shirtless Mo, I think it was a penalty retake against West Ham at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
In the middle of Atlanta. Very humid that day. I do remember that. Very, very humid.
It was.
I can't wait to get back to it. I miss it so much.
I was so just to give everybody an idea of what was going on. So City comes to the States, or City sends a coalition of people to the States for the beginning of the season last year. We were down in Hotlanta. Mulv and I went over there because we are greedy. Oh, he's true. The tits don't come out unless it's for Aguero.
It's Aguero.
Them's the rules, baby. So we fly down there because we are attention whores, and we're gonna go try to get some attention down in Hotlanta. Can confirm this, and I think it was even later. So we go down. There's a little thing that goes on beforehand. We start meeting, people from different supporters clubs, which is so cool because it's all people you just know from Twitter, kind of. You don't really ever see these people in real life because we're so far away. So the night starts going. There's a City game at 7 a.m. the next day. It is gonna be tough. So we all start drinking. We continue drinking. Then there's more drinks that happen, and then after a little bit of drinks, we drink some more, and then like Sean Wright Phillips is there, and he does some talking. That was dope. We talked to him. This happened. I don't remember it, but I have seen pictures of me and trophies. No idea. So we stayed up pretty late
too, by the way.
You guys started feeding us some Tranquilo juice. I didn't want to continue. I was forced into this. I was a victim of circumstance. Mulv and I go back to the hotel. He makes it to bed. I don't so much. I go to the bathroom because I'm going to do a preemptive strike on my liver and belly. I'm going to get one out of there. I just fell asleep on the floor. So then Mark wakes me up at like 6. We walk into the bar. I look dead. There are pretty epic. There's pretty epic pictures of when Jake, you and everyone that's there, we all go outside at halftime, I think, to go take pictures with all the trophies. Yeah, they're on like a table out on the patio thing there. So I
did almost knock over the community shield, so let's not talk about that.
I'm like half alive. We get some more drinks than me, miraculous recovery, and then we go on to have just a regular ass day. City win. There's trophies everywhere. It's fucking madness. But that's the cool shit you can do when you're a part of a supporters club. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, you wouldn't know about that stuff, and there wouldn't be these big, ridiculous get-togethers. Where in Atlanta we had people from Knoxville, Nashville, all over Florida, Alabama.
I think, Chicago too.
Chicago. Look at us. Look at us, dude. So we'll talk.
Phillips was there. Like
true.
I don't remember it, but he was there.
I can firmly say I am taller than him. And if he wants to come on this show and dispute that, then let's go. But I'm going to stick with I'm taller than him. Since this is a Derby call, let's talk Derby. So I've asked everybody this. How are you feeling? We are now, I don't know, like 16 hours until the match. How you feeling about this whole thing?
So I want to say I'm confident, but then like you get to the point to where it's like, should I be confident? And I feel like the last time I was this confident going into a Derby match was it 2018? Mm-hmm. We were up 2-0 at halftime. I think this is the first time admitting this. We had actually put some champagne in the freezer at our local bar. And it was 2-0. And that game did not end 2-0. It ended 3-2 to Manchester United. I don't think that's going to happen.
Was that the Robin Van Persie one? Or was that the Pogba comeback?
No, this was the was the Pogba comeback. Ugh. And Sergio Aguero got tackled in the box.
Yeah.
I screamed a lot of curse words during that one.
As you should.
But so, So never too confident going into a Derby matchup in particular. But especially when we should be the favorites, and I think we definitely are the favorites. And I think you're talking about earlier. Just Pep doesn't need to overcomplicate this. Just do what we do, and we can get it done easily. But with Tottenham this year, I think that exposed to kind of what can happen against us. It's not rocket science to beat us, but I think against Fulham, I feel like even though we kind of went with the double pivot, I believe it was Fernandinho and Rodri.
Yeah,
we played more advanced with our fullbacks, so I can definitely see something like that happening, to where we don't go too defensive, but see something like that. But yeah,
so
I'm feeling a little bit nervous
you're thinking of
because I'm too confident.
What's the lineup you're thinking of?
So
for this match,
I definitely want to see Cancelo at right back actually over Walker, and just because of what he offers offensively. I will say that I won't be upset if Walker's starting, but I would maybe like a Fernandinho Rodri double pivot there.
Yeah, if
they're both good to go, and then that would just really let De Bruyne just kind of run the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I think something like that would look very good.
So I haven't asked anybody this, but we're getting to the point of the evening where I think everyone's had enough drinks in them that we can start asking risky questions. Oh man. You guys don't even understand what just happened. Noisy Wag just showed up with a Guinness for the boy, which means we are good to go. Everyone knows Guinness is McCune fuel. So what I'm going to ask you here, Jacob, and don't get mad at me, all right? In the chat, don't cancel me. If you could have, or not even if you could have, is there anybody at Manchester United right now that you would take at City?
Let's think about that. I mean, I think Rashford will look good in the Cup matches.
So Rashford is the cup striker.
Okay. Yeah. But he is, I will say, he is the one player, and for what he's done for the community, I will say, like, he is the one player I definitely can respect from them and have the utmost respect for. So yeah, it would definitely be Rashford, mainly just because of who he is as a person, not necessarily the footballer.
Shout out. Yeah, I
need to train my dog to do that. He hasn't got it down yet.
Yeah, so I think this is a common. I'm pretty sure this is a common feeling here. Is that Rashford just seems like zing. Rashford just feels like a kind of guy that
they make good names.
Yeah. Like for once, well, actually, now that we're talking about this, you know what would happen? He would come here and he would start getting treated like Sterling. It would be like, can you believe Marcus Rashford only raised $4 million for local people, and he bought his mom a new sink? Unbelievable actions by a stuck-up athlete. So we're saying,
I will say, yeah.
So we're saying no on. Oh, we had a shout for Bruno Fernandes. Spencer, I like where your head's at. I'm comfortable with Kevin De Bruyne still taking penalties. And I don't know if Bruno Fernandes, gives us anything we don't already have.
Yeah.
He's not better than
we need
Kevin
someone that can draw a penalty a game.
He is maybe that's the thing that we're missing, is that he can go down in the box better than anybody. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're going to keep going. If everyone's cool with keeping going, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to do a potty break. We've been going for an hour and a half. If everyone's going to stick around, I need to see in the chat if you're going to stick around. 2-minute break. When we come back, we need more callers. We'll see if we can get. I am going to see if Mulv will call in to see how much he really cares about high school soccer. But I also want to get into it's in relation to City's confidence against United because of how United play. We've talked a lot about City just being confident because, like, I don't know, it feels good and everything. So I want to get into that more in terms of how we line up against them, how we match up against them. So if everyone's going to stay, which looks like they will, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Jacob, I'm going to let you go so we can make room for other people. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. It's great seeing your face. I appreciate you taking the time to, I don't know, even watch this and to want to talk. So you're the best. Hopefully soon enough.
It's
I'll
great
see
to
you
be
in
on. Yeah. Hopefully we get some more Atlanta type trips. I don't know about Atlanta again. I don't know if I can handle that again.
More debauchery.
You're pretty close to Huntsville, so we can maybe meet in the middle, and we can meet in Cincinnati or something.
There we go. Okay. I'm gonna let you go, Jacob. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna keep talking more Derby stuff. Hang tight.
You're listening to the Noisy Neighbors podcast. You're listening to the Noisy Neighbors podcast.
Just so we're clear, I'm pretty sure that was under 2 minutes. So shout out me for doing that. This has been a marathon, but this friggin' rules. Okay, let's keep this thing going. It's Noisy Pod Live. It's pre-Derby phone in. Have your say to the USA and Canada and the rest of the world. If you're awake somewhere else on the planet, let's go. Dickie Bitters has been eating mushrooms, so that's what's up. We've got somebody in the queue. He's coming on. Tyler from GSB, what's up, dude? How are you?
What's going on?
Oh, look at that kit. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to show me up, dude?
We don't get like any love from your tweet, man. What's going on?
I've been busy, dude. I've been busy.
How's it going?
It's going. This has been a whirlwind. I don't know what I'm doing still. This is all pretty much just seat of my pants. So I'm just glad people showed up and wanted to chat because this has been really, really fun. This is the most like City supporters I've been able to talk to in person for hell, I don't know, since February. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Tyler, you are with Garden State Blues, is that right?
That is correct.
And where do you guys meet up?
So we meet up in West Orange, New Jersey, 648 Prospect Ave.
Okay, sick. And how long have you guys been around?
So this is our second year.
Okay, cool. Everything starts somewhere, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll quit bugging you about that for now. How are you feeling going into tomorrow?
I'm actually quite confident.
Yes, a lot of that.
The Ruben Diaz video, learning about Manchester, really pumped me up. So that's definitely really helps. But honestly, we're the better side. We gotta. Us as City fans, we're always like, not really. We're pretty worried like most of the time. So we just gotta. We're the best side.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we do feel like we're in much better kind of form than they are. A question that I wanted to ask you and anybody else that wants to join in is something that I haven't heard a ton of people talk about, and it is how United play and what that could do to us. So United definitely better on the counter than they are when they have to play with the ball. City have been crushed against teams that play like that. Do you have any worries going into this weekend, regardless of how City set up, that Ollie could do a smash and grab job and City leave the swamp with no points?
There's one player that I'm scared of, Bruno Fernandes. He showed up last derby against us. If we can nullify him and the way he plays, I think we'll be fine. Like I said, Ollie doing a double over us last season, that just can't happen. That can't happen in the league. And I feel like if we stop Bruno Fernandes, we should be fine. But that's a tough task in itself. But we're the better side. We've got to realize that.
So kind of what you're driving at here is we got to stop Fernandes, right? United have lined up, and this is just like a quick tally that I've done. Mm-hmm. United this year have lined up 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 different ways in terms of shape. So we've seen a 5-3-2, a 4-2-3-1, a 4-4-2 diamond, a 3-4-3, and a 3-4-1-2. It seems like all of that, aside from a 5-3-2, is designed to get Bruno Fernandes on the ball. It's just different ways of putting people around him to try to make that happen. So the argument now that comes in is if we're trying to stop Bruno Fernandes, and we assume he's probably going to line up in a 10 position for them, right?
Yeah.
What should City do in defensive midfield? Should we go with the double pivot that's been working recently, or do you think we should go with kind of the old Pep Guardiola standard 4-3-3, or is there something else you think might work?
Is Gundogan still hurt, or is he going to be fit for the derby?
He trained today.
Okay. So I won't be surprised. I think Pep loves the double pivot, and it seems to be working. And I think we're going to see that tomorrow, to be honest with you. So and I think that's the way we should roll.
Go ahead.
Is Rodri still hurt, or no?
He's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be interesting. We all don't know what Pep's a madman, so we don't know what's going to happen. We could see like Zinchenko playing or something crazy. So, personally, I think we're going to see the double pivot in some shape or form tomorrow.
Okay. So who do you put? So Gundogan is one of your kind of dual sixes there. Who do you put next to him? Are you going with Rodri? Or are you going with Fernandinho?
I would go Fernandinho. You know, his role in the side is influential. Yeah. If Rodri's out, I guarantee if Rodri was fit, he would be playing. But if you're saying Rodri's out, then I would go with Fernandinho. He drives our team I don't think you can't when we signed Rodri, right? Everybody's like, oh, the Fernandinho replacement. But we've seen Rodri come into these games, and he's not the Fernandinho type of player.
Right. And
just Fernandinho in itself is just, you can't really make that same player. So that's the way I view it.
So we've got Gundogan and Fernandinho in the middle. The other kind of big question mark position is left back. Are you team Mendy? Are you team Cancelo? Are you going team wild Cancelo. Card and you're Cancelo? Okay. So you're going Cancelo and Walker, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it seems like every time we've seen Cancelo as left back, he's been thriving game after game. And when I've seen him at right back, he kind of looks a little shaky, but we haven't seen him there fully because Walker's is playing out of his mind, right?
Right.
But I just think Cancelo looks so good at left back, and just the way he attacks has been awesome. And it just sucks that we could not get Monaco Mendy for like a full stretch for a month.
Hey, there's still time, right?
There's still time.
Right, guys?
but yeah, I'm Team Cancelo all the way. My buddy's actually like a Juve fan. So when we bought Cancelo when we got him, he was so mad. So
well, you mean he wasn't happy with getting Danilo the other way? I tell you what, Jacob, who was just on, brings up a great point about Fernandinho. This is something that I don't think any of the midfielders have figured out how to do quite yet in England. Fernandinho can tactically foul somebody and break up an attack better than almost anybody I've ever seen in England.
Yeah, I agree.
Rodri's yet to learn the dark arts in that way. Gundogan's just not that type of guy, and that's pretty much as deep as it goes. So far, Tyler, you've talked me through your fullbacks. You've talked me through your kind of defensive shield there in midfield. Another big talking point right now because of who's fit, who's in form, is center back. So you've got Stones, Diaz, Laporte, Ake. Those are all the ones that we will name aside from Taylor Harwood Bellis. We will not name any others. So who do you think, and this might be two questions, I don't know. Who do you think has earned the right to play in this match, and who do you think will start this match?
So John Stones and Ruben Diaz is just, for me, perfect right now, and you just got to stick with it.
Yep. So that's
I'm Eric Laporte.
Yeah,
I thought he got hurt.
That is his name.
So, yeah, I just think John Stones has just been impressive, and just the way he came back. And Ruben Diaz, wow, what a signing so far. And I believe we just got to keep their.
He's a steal, dude. Oh, Tyler, we dropped your audio there. Can you still hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you, bud. All right, we're gonna let you go, Tyler. Thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I have Bluetooth, so it's a little place.
Well, again, thanks again for coming on, Tyler. I appreciate you, dude. It's good talking to you. Shout out Garden State Blues. Again, supportersclubs.mancity.com. Go find your local branch. Tyler, plug your do you guys have Twitter, Facebook set up for the group?
Yeah, on Twitter. So just follow us at Garden State Blues.
Garden State Blues on Twitter. There we go. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tyler. Good seeing you, and hopefully I'll see you in person soon. See ya. Man. People coming through in bunches tonight. This rules. So I think we're kind of winding down, getting late into the night. Unless there's like some late drunken push, we'll probably kill this thing in about 15 minutes. I do want to throw to the chat a little bit. What questions do you guys have? I know I haven't paid too much attention to you because I've been busy talking to people on here, but what questions do we have in the chat about, I don't know, Derby Day, or even just anything else that this dumb show normally talks about? For real, a lot of kit love. That sash kit is one of the best kits. I think that was the same year as the black kit with the yellow stripes on it. Real good. Like that one too. Okay. Let's see. So I dropped the me too, dude. Me too. I probably should have texted him about this, huh? That'd be on me. Best Derby goal of the last 15 years. Oh. I'll tell you the issue. Normally the reason I can't remember what the best Derby goal is because I'm pretty tanked by like halftime, because I just can't deal with the stress of it, you know? So I don't remember a ton of them. The header from Vinny in 2012 was something else. The last goal in the 6-1, because of the volleyed assist from Silva, is unbelievable. The Benjani goals, crazy, just because of everything that goes around it. This might be the first time Giovanni's ever been mentioned on the show. So hell yeah. All right. See, now we're getting into more. Ariel's got to call us is the thing. So this is more of a noisy pod question. I will probably answer this wrong. And I think Mulv goes peas and gravy, but I'm more of a curry sauce guy. Big fan of chips and curry. Used to smash that at the pub down in Dallas. Like it was nothing. It would come out, big ass plate, yeah, and a couple dipping sauces, things of different curries. It'd be gone in 15 minutes. It's a mess. Get Ariel on the line. That would be great to figure that out, Jacob. If we could get MCFC, if we could get the like an official endorsement by the U.S. side of Man City, that would be sick. Franklin, will Pep play expressive or more conservative? I think this is something I've kind of tussled with all day long. So the pessimist in me says that Pep will go double pivot. He'll keep one of the left backs either tucked in, which would be probably Cancelo, or he just won't let the fullbacks get as high because he knows the danger that United have on the counterattack. And I also think what he could do that would be conservative would be if we did what we did against Real Madrid, where we sat deeper and we didn't really care if we had the ball or not. I think that is a pretty good move against United because they don't know what the hell they're doing when they do have the ball. So it might work out okay. If we were going to be expressive, I think the double pivot goes away and we play with the traditional 4-3-3. And this is where head and heart gets in the way, because my head says that we should play a 4-2-3-1 just like we've been doing because it's been working. But my heart says I would love to see a midfield of Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, or Fernandinho, Kevin De Bruyne, and Phil Foden, because that would rule. But it would also probably lead to a loss, and it wouldn't work. So my guess is he's more conservative, and really, Franklin, I just hope he doesn't do anything fucking wacky, Keep it simple, stupid. To my wife, I will take the scotch that's down there, please. Shout out my wife for being the best. Where are we at here? Best Derby goal last 15 years has to be the Dzeko goal because David Silva's ridiculous pass. Yeah, the volley on that is unbelievable. That one's getting a lot of love. The volley really is crazy. Favorite celebration, easily. Anytime Aguero scores and Mark Mulvaney takes his top off and gets them tits out and starts running around. Also, favorite celebration in a derby. Again, Dzeko, Kolarov up on Dzeko's shoulders is great. I mean, they're over here. Everybody that's involved in that goal is actually over here. So we've got Dzeko's there. Dave is there, and that's Alex Kolarov there. That's how much I love that goal. I have all of them on my wall. I'm trying to think what other celebrations there were. I think anytime someone kind of wheels away towards the United fans at the Swamp and gives them shit, I'm pretty pumped about it. Gus, that is just proof that the overlords at Apple are trying to get too far into your life. Yes, Tony's chippy. That is Mulv's spot. Adam, 100%. We're really like rapid fire in these, but if this is how it's going to go, then this is how we'll do it. Yeah, I think this is going to be the big fear I have. What time's the match? 12:30 Eastern. Up until 11:30 Eastern, this will be a fear in my head, is that Pep will overthink this, or he'll he'll tweak something just too much that throws off the game plan, and we end up getting done by a United team that's in terrible form with a manager that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and their star player wants to leave, and all the other things. We end up getting done by them at the Swamp, where they've only won one match this year. So yeah, big time fear. What else we got? Thank you. It was just solo mustache, and then winter's coming, so I'm starting a beard again because I need a face sweater. How many drinks are y'all going to be in by halftime? 5 or 8's a safe number. Depends what I'm drinking there, Jake. If it's beer, 5 or 8 is safe. If it's liquor, I really hope it's not 5 or 8 because that could be I think that'd be a long day. Shout out Tony's. Yeah, I don't know. He must be busy. That would have been nice though, huh? If I would have planned better, that would have been great. Mulv clearly is just at the house now. Just watching this. I'm starting to wonder if he even had a game to go to. Who else we got? Boom, boom, boom. Couldn't tell you, dude. That's just how it goes. Okay, the fine folks in Milwaukee. So I think the back line, my head tells me it'll be Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Mendy. Then I get to thinking, and I get to worrying that Pep is going to do something goofy. You know what I mean? And throws in Chenko over there or some shit. And I really hope it doesn't happen. I would like, as much as I love kind of balls to the wall, crazy Pep, I would really enjoy just a calm kind of, this is the lineup we all thought, and we walk out of there, 2-0, 3-0 victors, 3 points onto fucking, I don't know, West Brom in the middle of the week or whatever. That would be nice. So I'm hoping the back line tomorrow is Walker, Stones, Diaz, Mendy. Worst case scenario, I'm trying to think what would make me the most furious. I think it would be Cancelo, so I'll do one that's the most stupid lineup that could possibly happen. So it'd be Cancelo, Fernandinho, Ake, and Zinchenko. That won't be it. But if it's anything other than the regular one, other than Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Mendy, I'm going to be a little nervy about it. Let's see here. My score prediction, Gus. Honestly, I think it's going to be 3-1. I do think they'll poach one from us. But I don't know. I have this weird gut feeling that we're really going to hammer them. I think it's going to be 3-1, but we'll have a lot of goals that are, just wide of target or end up David De Gea somehow figures out how to get his hand to one. I'm pretty confident though. All right. No, it didn't, jerk. Dude, just looking out for your neighbor, drinking cold beers, and waving that flag, baby, or something. I don't fucking know. Not being a dick, basically, is my move. I have no idea. So here's the deal. If we're going all night, I've been going for an hour and 58. Unless callers start showing up, I am tapping out at 2 hours, and I'm going to go downstairs and chill, probably. So I will do one more drop of the link in here. If you want to come on, go for it. If not, we're going to call it an evening. this has been crazy. I don't know how it's been 2 hours. You guys have been amazing for calling in and helping me get through this damn thing. I don't honestly could not have done it without you, because this has been madness. So we'll see here. I'll give it just a little bit, but you guys have been unreal. Shout out Jordan from City Extra for calling in early in the show when I was really floundering, and he had just gotten off of doing a 2-hour live stream with Lewis for City Extra. Shout out them for helping me out. Everybody from the supporters groups all across the U.S. and Canada for jumping in and having their say of everything. Spencer, I was always an O&A guy, so you need to get that out of here. But I think that's going to be it. We got 15 seconds left, so I'll say my goodbyes. Everybody, you have been fucking massive in helping us get this far and helping this thing go on all night. I am going to call it a day. If you like what we did here, if this is your first time doing it, or if you know somebody that might like this thing, please make sure that you follow us on Twitter at NoisyPod. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to put more videos up. Obviously, we're doing this kind of stuff, and we want to grow that a lot. If you really like what we do and you have $1 a month, you can support the show over on Patreon. Right now, that $1 is just going to helping us kind of recoup money we've spent over the last 5 years, and to give us the opportunity to maybe do some more cool shit like this, maybe on a, I don't know, bigger scale or a different scale. I think that is it, gang. So, again, thank you so much. You guys have been unbelievable. Thank you for your support. And hey, come on, City, huh? Give me a fucking 3-1 tomorrow. We crush these idiots, and we all get shithoused heading into Sunday. Guess that's it, everybody. Until next time. Ta-ra.
You're listening to the Noisy Neighbors podcast.